Hello, all right. Don't know what the fuck happened there.
What the fuck's going on?
I don't know. What happened? Did it kick you out?
I came in and there was about 20 conversations going on, so I thought I was in the wrong place.
Oh, no. What it was, Chris, Chris Brown?
Yeah.
He was doing his webinar and he asked me if I could jump on the end just to tell him about working with him.
Oh, like a live testimonial.
Yeah, and then I was like, right, I've got 5 minutes and Paul's on. He was like, oh shit. And then I jumped on and then you heard several voices and it kicked you back out.
I didn't know what was happening. And then I joined the second link you sent me and I was in the waiting room or something.
It didn't come up, that was it. So I pressed the participants, it was there.
Dude, do you know, I had to turn that off my webinars because obviously it's fine with a smaller group like us, but sometimes I'll be running one and there'll be people in the waiting room for fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't have an indication on there to sort of tell you that was it.
Especially when you're starting to talk and that, and when you're teaching, and you're like, oh, fucking hell, there's 10 people in the waiting room who've missed everything that I just said.
Yeah.
Fucking
but we're here.
Thanks for coming on, though, Paul.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
No worries. I've got until about 20 past 2. I hope that's okay with enough time.
That's all right. That's fine.
Amazing.
That's fine. No, we wanted to have a chat to you. Obviously, I've been doing a bit of research on you because Russell raves on about you all the time, and obviously he quotes you, and we go through everything, and he's obviously your biggest fan, and he's been saying about you for a long time.
Russell's not my biggest fan. James Smith is my biggest fan.
Yeah, you know.
I hear that.
I just bought your book actually, and I downloaded the bits to the download because I wanted to have a little look for it. And if it's captivated my cousin, then obviously it's definitely something that I wanted to sort of get into and have a look at. Definitely. But you're definitely an animated character, without a doubt. It's just looking through some of your posts and the family and everything else that you got and the motivation. You seem like really upbeat all the time. Where does that energy come from?
I think the energy comes from doing what I love to do. I just don't. Here's the thing: I don't do things that I hate fucking doing. Like. The things that I do, I don't need energy for what I do because the things that I do give me energy. Yeah. We'll always, listen, I say this all the time. If something's important, we'll always create time, money, energy, and focus for it. And what's important to me is what I get to fucking do. I don't see the point in, I spent so long doing shit that I hated doing in the hope that one day I'd be happy. Now I just don't, and inside of my business, sometimes I've got to eat shit. Sometimes I have to travel somewhere and I fucking don't really like traveling. But that enables me to do what I love. So if I'm doing things inside of my business that are shit every day, I'm either going to delegate them, not do them, or find a way to link it to what I really love doing. So all I do really these days is talk, coach, sell, teach, and write daily emails. That's it. Everything else is fucking outsourced. I don't even upload those emails anymore because I hate fucking logging in and all that kind of shit. So yeah, that's how I've got so much energy because everything I do energizes me.
Yeah, it's not really work anymore, is it? I suppose if you do what you love, it's not work.
It's sometimes challenging. I mean, it's sometimes challenging. There'll be some days if I haven't looked after myself enough, sometimes I'll be like, last week I had a bit of a burnout because I just neglected a couple of things. Because obviously if you keep topping up your energy, what goes up must come down. I had a bit too much of it. I didn't have enough rest. I didn't have do enough self-care. I had a drink last Friday for the first time, the second drink this year. I skipped a couple of days off. So yeah, it doesn't feel like work. And it creates energy for me. And eventually that energy's got to fucking come down. And that actually happened to me last week. So yeah.
With regards to the situation that we're in at the moment, obviously with lockdown, your business looks like it's obviously predominantly based where you're working from home or when you say you have to travel to places. Has it affected you in any sort of way? Obviously, because you're based at home. Do you find that there's been a spike in business with people that need to be active, or is it?
There's a lot of people. So it hasn't negatively affected me, other than I missed a couple of speaking gigs that I was supposed to do. So I was supposed to be speaking at Wembley in March with Ed Milet and Trent Shelton. In July, I was supposed to be speaking at Wembley again with Russell Brunson. these events aren't happening now. There's been a big one, a big fitness one in Warwick that was meant to be happening in July. That's been cancelled. And I've had to cancel. We run a lot of live meetups, so we have people come to HQ here. We've got a big old HQ here. Guys come in here. We run events in hotels and that. Those have all been cancelled. But other than that, it hasn't been a problem.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of Zoom fatigue because I spent so much time on it.
Yes.
And then, but the only other, those are the only things that I've missed. And in terms of people coming to us, I think when this went down, a lot of people got exposed. Like businesses were exposed. Like
everyone.
I work with a few fitness people. I'd probably say about 30% of my clients are in the fitness game. And some of them have lost their entire business. I'm like, how the fuck have you allowed that to happen? You've got guys that own gyms who have got more clients than they had before this happened because they just haven't reacted like fucking victims. So in terms of that, I think a lot of people got exposed, i.e. I think there were a lot of people when it first happened wished they'd started some things sooner. Like, I wish I got a handle on my money sooner. I wish I'd started saving sooner because now I've got none. I wish I'd started getting a handle on my health sooner because now I'm shitting my pants and I'm at high risk. I've never known a situation where people brag about being high risk so much. Have you noticed that? Oh, I'm high risk. Yeah. Do you mean you're fucking obese?
But that's people looking for a reason. They're just looking for a reason to justify where they are.
I'm high risk. Yeah, no, dude, you're fucking fat. Anyway, so that happened. You've got the people that wish they quitted smoking sooner. Yeah. You've got the people that wish maybe they got a handle on technology sooner. Just something as simple as that. So for me, a lot of people got exposed. And for other people, I mean, there's been two different reactions, really. People that have hid behind their sofa with a mask on while smoking a fag. I don't really get that. I've seen two people just this week with a mask on pulled down while they smoke a fag.
In a car. With mask on their own. In the car.
If you ever want proof that stupid still exists and there's no cure for it, there you go. And by looking at the profits, how Corona's profits have been hit. The beer. That is crazy. That's evidence that stupid exists.
People drinking disinfectant and everything else. Yeah.
Fucking idiotic.
There's
people hid behind sofas and people who stepped the fuck up and said, I've got this handled. That's it.
I've been on Brewdog's website actually because I've never ordered so much beer in all of my life. But someone's left a review because Brewdog made the hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer, yeah.
So someone left a review reviewing the taste of it, saying that they couldn't drink a whole bottle. It was too much for them. It's on the website if you want to check it out. It's unbelievable. I'm not joking.
It's there. Brewdog's marketing.
I'll add it. I'll add it to the thing.
I'm gonna follow them on Instagram, and I've never even drank Brewdog ever.
Oh, I love it.
And the way they've innovated with they've got a drive-through service and that happening, haven't they?
Yeah, that's
incredible. Like I love their marketing and the way that they operate their social media. But it still hasn't made us buy.
That's it. Well, you get two types of people. You get people that that sort of they innovate and they evolve, or the ones that sort of climb under the rock and then use this as a reason as to why, or as an excuse to get to where they are.
My wife pays a personal trainer. We're 9 weeks into this now. She pays a personal trainer. She hasn't heard from him for 9 weeks.
Really?
Nothing.
I've noticed that, even in my area, I'd say, Essex and London are really highly saturated areas for personal trainers.
Yeah.
And apart from a few that I know of, and there's got to be at least 50, 60 gym studios within a 10-mile radius where I live. And everyone's just gone completely quiet. Content, getting their face in front of people, trying to build an income.
They're taking that 10 grand off Boris.
Yeah.
And that's it. They're like, if I get me 10 grand, I can't, or they're taking the 80%.
Yeah.
Taking the 80%, they're taking the 10 grand and they're hiding.
Yeah.
They'll take that bounce back loan as well, by the way. The reality is, they may not have a business to go back to.
Oh, yeah. And for those people that are kind of burying their heads in the sand or thinking, I don't know how to start, what would you suggest for them to get a handle on it?
Get started.
Just get started.
You just got to ask, the team, mate, you've got to ask great questions. How's this impacting? How's not handling this impacting me right now? Who else is it impacting? What's going to happen if I don't get a fucking handle on it?
Yeah.
And then that'll either be enough pain to get you to move, or you'll keep hiding behind the fucking sofa.
With your mask on.
Yes, aye, and a cigarette hanging out your mouth.
So you, from the beginning, when you started, you said that you were doing something you hated.
Yeah.
And there must have been a turning point to obviously when you went, do you know what? Fuck it, I can't do this no more. I'm done. That's it. I've got to sort of get to this point. Because now a lot of people are in that position. They're forced into that position to make that. So can you find that comparison with people and just to sort of say, look, if I can do it, you can do it. That's it.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm trying to kill myself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. 2014, I stood on the edge of a cliff where I now live opposite, ready to jump. My wife was the only person that stopped me from jumping.
Really?
She followed me to this cliff.
Was that mental health or just...
I was diagnosed bipolar in 2014. I was drinking all the time, sniffing loads of coke, losing my shit. I had a very successful business, supplement company. I lived in Marbella. I got diagnosed bipolar there. I came home in the August time. Was on suicide watch for December for about 6 months. And then for 2 years, I had to keep seeing it. Someone had to keep coming to visit me every week for 2 years. So yeah, that was the turnaround for me. And that's what stops me from going back to that. And now I'm just in a position where I've got two options. I haven't got time to be fucking hungover and feeling like shit. I haven't got time for that anymore. I'm doing something spectacular. And I've got no intention of trying to escape it. Do you know what I mean? So that was the point for me. That was the point of no return for me, was when the reality is no one's going to make a change until the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of changing. Yeah. That's the only time anyone's going to change, when the perceived drawbacks of staying the same become greater than the perceived benefits of staying the same.
Yeah.
Essentially it. When the drawbacks become greater than the benefits, that's when you make a change. Because some people, even though they'll tell a tale of, I fucking hate my life and that, there are benefits to it. Otherwise they would have changed.
Do you feel that obviously there was a lot of addiction there with regards to alcohol, drug abuse and that. Do you think you replace an addiction with another addiction? So now you're addicted to success or winning or family. You need to replace that.
No, I'm not sure about that. I definitely think there's something to be made there. I was just looking for a buzz and a way to escape the way that I felt.
Yeah.
Essentially, all that drugs, all that booze was just to sedate and make myself feel better. I didn't know how else to do it. I didn't know how to do it. I needed an escape. And bearing in mind from the outside, listen, I had a business that took me about 8 hours a week. There's a supplement company, hands off. I had a very smart fucking business partner. I lived in a 4-bedroom villa with a private pool in Marbella, and I fucking hated my life. Hot wife, 2 beautiful kids. I fucking hated myself. So yeah, that was. I wouldn't say I was addicted. Like I wasn't snorting coke off my desk every day of the week. It wasn't something that I could stop. It was challenging to stop, but I kind of didn't know what else to do. I was trying to fill a void somehow. So I suppose, I've just found a better way to get a buzz and a better way to feel something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So that progression, was it sort of slow? Your mentors that obviously you went through, now you've become a very prominent mentor to a lot of people. You've got a massive following.
Yeah.
Successful books, you got a podcast, you're one of the most successful speakers now there is. How did it get to that point? Like you just decided, I want to go and see some mentors, I want to do this, I can do this better.
Yeah, great question. It was a very slow process, actually. The wake up or the turnaround was quite quick. Like that was when people talk about a light bulb moment where you see your light flash before your eyes, that was it. My wife said to me, think about the kids. I said, yeah, I'm better off without me. And she said, think about the kids growing up as those kids. For the rest of their lives as those kids whose dad killed himself. I wasn't going to do that. So that change was instant. But then it took me a long time to figure it out. I mean, I invested a lot of money. I traveled all over the world, studying with different people, mentoring with different people, doing courses, workshops, seminars, retreats. And it was a case of trial and error. And I ended up doing what I'm doing, mate, through, I stumbled into it. I got my own shit together. Other people started asking me how I did it. I put out a video about my experience. That video has had 5.7 million views. That made me realize that actually people need to hear what I've got to say.
Yeah.
Important message that I'm sharing. And again, then I wrote a book, and then things just went fucking nuts from there. But in terms of my own turnaround, it took a long time. And don't get this twisted, I'm not there yet. If I go back to doing what I did before, I'll be in that place again. It's like anybody that's ever got in shape. If they get in shape, and then stop doing what got them in shape and start doing what got them out of shape, guess what? They're going to end up there again.
Yeah, you're going to relapse.
Same deal for me. So this is a permanent deal. There's nothing that I teach that I don't do. It's a big deal. It's a big deal because people can smell bullshit quite far off.
Yeah.
Like, they can smell bullshit quite far off. If someone's not living it, you can tell.
Yeah. Well, you're not stood next to a Lamborghini, are you? Trying to say, you know, I can.
Nah, I'm over that. I'm over the car. Dude, I was saying this morning, you know, I've got a. I do have a nice car. I realized yesterday I drove it on Tuesday for the first time in 7 weeks. I haven't drove a car in 7 weeks.
I was just about to say to you on your Instagram, all you're doing is walking or running.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to say, I think you haven't got a bike. You haven't even got a push bike. I was going to say, like, not going
in 7 weeks I haven't drove my car for, and I'm like, I might just fucking get rid of this thing.
Just have a little drive. It's just, it's a nice to have, isn't it? But it's just, it's when you realise things what's important, isn't it?
Well, it's just like a dick extension, really.
Yeah.
It's one of them things, like, once you've done it, you're like, oh, well, no one really gives a fuck. You listen, you buy a nice car to impress other people, period.
Yeah, I find you sacrifice so much for it
once you realise other people don't really give a fuck, I'm kind of over that thing.
Yeah. And it's usually like a lot of sacrifice to get to that item, isn't it, as well? You kind of like, you work your ass off, you say no to people to make the money, and then you pull up, and then as you drive away, they say, "Flash cunt."
The buzz wears off.
Yeah.
The buzz fucking wears off. It's like when you have a wank, right? You're just about to blow your beans and you think you're a porn star. Your cock's fucking pulsating. You've got the big tits on you. And then 2 minutes later, you're sitting there, fucking 30-odd-year-old man with your pants around your ankle, a handful of spunk and a limp dick. That's what it's like. That's what it's like having a really nice car.
Once you, the idea is good. Once you got it, you bought it, you think, what do I do now?
Yeah, after a couple of weeks, the buzz wears off. And you're like, fucking hell, how much does it cost to fill the tank? Fucking hell. Can't even drive fucking 10 miles. I'm filling the cunt up again.
The 7 mile to the gallon. Yeah, my truck's
it's insane. Yeah.
So what's the next thing? Obviously for you, more book. You're gonna write another book, or you like? I'm
gonna get it. My next on the agenda for me within the next 2 months. I'll probably sign a publishing deal with it. So that first one was self-published. We've done about 15,000 copies. It's all great avenues for me with speaking in that. We spoke to the BBC on Monday who were interested in running something which would be interesting.
Wow.
I was a bit nervous about it at the start. And I spoke to my wife about it. She was like, Paul, because you think about a lot of these TV shows, they'll try and expose you, right? And she was like, what the fuck are they going to say about you that you haven't already said?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're right. Like, I've got nothing to worry about with that. And so we'll spoke to them on Monday. We'll see what happens with that. Whether I'm the cup of tea or not's a different story. Put it this way: if it's on TV, it's going to be after 9 p.m. Isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be after 9 p.m.
I look forward to the cock in hand analogy to like the BBC.
Exactly. Or it's going to be on fucking Crime Watch or something. Them, and in the next couple of months, I think I'll end up signing a publishing deal. We're just trying to see what we can do and whether I actually want to write it. That's my biggest challenge.
Yeah, because you said in your intro for your book, it said that you didn't enjoy the process.
I hated it.
Why is that? Just because? Do you like public speaking? Obviously, I'm assuming.
Public speaking is my favorite. Public speaking, being the center of attention, performing is my biggest value. Fulfills my need the most.
So do you find that it's from mouth to paper? Is that the problem? Like it can't be written as quick. You can't get across.
Do you know the funny thing is, John, that I actually write every day. I've wrote a daily email every day for about 6 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of writing. This is why it surprises people when I found it really challenging. And here's why I think it is, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I love speaking because I'm a center of attention. You get a round of applause. You get a buzz from it, right? Yep. Same reason that I do so many podcasts. I've done, I think, 6 podcast interviews just this week, right? You're my 4th one today, right? So I do a lot of podcast interviews because I get something from it. I get a buzz from it. People asking you questions, like valuing your advice, and that's nice.
Yeah.
Your ego. When I'm writing an email or a post on social media, here's what I get. Instant gratification.
Yeah.
I get great post, or you don't know what you're talking about, dickhead. whatever happens, I get some feedback instant.
Yeah.
When you're writing a book, it's like being stuck in Fritzl's basement. Trust me. Nobody's cheering you on. Nobody's saying great posts. You're just like, yeah. So this next deal, I think we're gonna maybe try and get a ghostwriter. I'm not sure. Oh, the difference is with this one is that I'll probably get a lumper up front.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll probably get a lumper up front, which will sweeten the deal.
Absolutely. It make you feel better, won't it? Which is always a will do.
Well, my buddy James got 100 grand for his first book. However, I don't think I'll get that. Yeah. I'm not getting it twisted. I won't get that. But I do have the same agent as him.
Yeah.
Is he like is he like you with the no nonsense sort of approach? I think
worse.
It's obviously worse, is it?
Yeah.
Because that resonates with people.
Yeah. Well,
they want to see. They wish they could have that.
It resonated so much when his book came out. Piers Morgan personally asked for him to be on that show.
Yeah.
So that's how much of it. And the first question he got asked, it was cool. It was great actually. He roasted Joe Wicks on TV. He said he was like, "Who are you talking about when you say? Are you talking about Joe Wicks when you talking about charlatans?" He was like, and James said, "Is that the chef?" I was I was creased by it. The lady, I can't remember the woman's name. What's the woman called with the black hair?
Oh, what's her name?
Who's on with Piers Morgan?
Oh, Susanna Reid.
Susanna said to him, "Well, James, you're no nonsense. Do you think Piers is fat?" And he said it wasn't the first thing I thought of when I said, he's worse than me. Yeah. The difference that he's got is he's talking about losing weight. That's it. Whereas I'm talking about mental health,
life. Yeah,
it triggers people more.
Yeah. Well, that's because people can resonate with it, obviously, and at the moment because we went from just before the lockdown, we went from people's mental health. Don't leave them indoors. Older people, make sure you go and see them, speak to them, talk to them, and then we went lockdown. Fuck them. Leave them indoors. Everyone's isolated. They're sitting behind a sofa with a mask on, smoking a fag anyway.
Yeah.
And we've gone one extreme to the other. Like it's whatever pleases the masses.
But here's the challenge. Here's the challenge that we've got is I think, and I don't know 100% sure, that a lot of these people who are putting together these campaigns and that, I'm like, have you ever experienced any of this? No. Like the campaign that they've got out now is about kindness. I'm like, well, that's all well and good, but you're preaching to the wrong fucking people. Yeah. The people that need to hear the kind message, right? Don't be a cunt, basically. Are the ones who need the help with mental health stuff. You need to empower the people. It's like, here's what I'm getting from it, and I might have the complete end of the stick, but I've done a couple of videos on this, and they've got a lot of feedback. We're trying to teach people to expect everybody else to be nice to them. It's like the anti-bullying campaign.
Yeah. Teach
the kid to toughen the fuck up.
Yeah.
Don't like, you can go after the bully all you want, but he's not paying attention to the anti-bullying thing. The kid who needs to hear the message, it's the kid that's getting bullied who we need to empower, not try and disempower the bully.
Right.
With these messages, you're disempowering the person by saying, well, they're not being that. We're expecting everybody to be nice to us. It's not going to fucking happen. You got to offer tools to deal with shit.
Yeah, it's the fourth place medal mentality.
Yes, it is.
Medals for everything, like second medals for fifth place. Participation. It's not about playing the game. It's just, you just enjoy it. It's not, you play to win, don't you? Like it's that mentality.
You've got to have I agree. I don't think it's about manning up or toughening up. It's just about arming people with tools.
Yeah.
To help them deal with other people.
But lowering their expectations in the fact that they should look. People have got an opinion, and there's always be arseholes. That's it. And you just because you wrap yourself in cotton wool, you go, I'm offended. Yeah. Don't talk to me, I'm offended. Look, and people don't give a shit about your opinion. And opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one, and most of them fucking stink. Yeah. That's it, isn't it? So it's just...
Some of them are even bleached.
That's it. Changing your ringtone.
Dude, here's the deal. No, here's a story for you. This week, we ran out of toilet roll at the office, and I've been wiping my arse on surface wipes.
Nice.
Yeah. So me farts smell like lemon.
You've been cleansing the surface.
I've been cleansing the surface, and I'm sure my arsehole's been bleached by them as well. Amazing.
So are you enjoying the lockdown though, with the family and all that?
I wouldn't say enjoying it. I found it for the first, I think until a couple of weeks ago, I found it quite exhilarating, which people find a bit weird, but I find it quite exhilarating, challenging, exciting, if you like.
Yeah.
I'm starting to kind of miss, I'm getting fucking sick of Zoom, for a start. I'm missing jiu-jitsu a lot. I'm missing fighting. I miss fighting a lot. And I'm missing live events, but it's not the end of the fucking world, is it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got to finish eventually. And in fact, Mac, who works in the office, I've actually convinced him to train jiu-jitsu with me this weekend. So
that's good. Yeah, well, if you're isolated together, it is what it is.
I see him every day. I've seen him every fucking day in here. And I'm like, mate, if we're gonna do it, let's fucking do it. So
can he roll though?
He's a blue belt. He's better than me.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There's a bit of a chat. See, what you need is a little room, then, don't you? Like padded room.
I've got one.
Just to work the kinks out.
Yeah, I've got one. We've got one where we do fucking yoga on my normal training, but we can definitely do jiu-jitsu there. But Mac's a blue belt, and he's had 2 MMA fights against bigger guys and beat them both.
Brilliant.
And he's a hardcore, closes people on the phone all the time as well. So that's my favorite thing about him. He's a fighter and he's a closer. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's good. That's what's important, isn't it? Really, to be honest with you. It's sometimes a challenge being his boss and telling him he's fucked up. Fuck that up. Mate, Mac, you fucked that up. He's like, what the fuck are you going to do about it? That's why he's looking forward to the rolling around with you. He's going, exactly. Right, that's it. I get 20 minutes, half hour, just like, you know.
But I've rolled with him. I've done a lot of rounds with Mac. I've never submitted him.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, he submitted me a lot, but I've never submitted him, which will be interesting. Although when we box, I tend to dominate him a bit more when we're boxing. But jiu-jitsu, he's better than me. Yeah.
Do you find with your courses and your content that you put out, you attract a certain type of person, or do you?
100%.
Is it mainly the fitness side of things that people want to get into, like that they just want that killer instinct, or is it
not really? I attract fitness people just because that was the industry that I was in for such a long time, and I've business coached, I've mentored some of the most successful people in the fitness game. So I tend to attract, I'd call them legacy people that join a program that's actually not that much to do with fitness business. But most of the guys come in, they're already making good money. They're just a bit fucked here, mentally stressed, their relationship's a bit fucked. They maybe get anxious, their mood's up and down. Those are my main clients, really. Guys that are already doing well in business, but were like I was a few years ago. Maybe they are out of shape as well, but I don't even give fitness advice. We've got guys that have lost fucking 8 stone, 9 stone, 10 stone. I've never give them any advice. Just held them accountable. People know how to get in shape.
That's the key. Accountability.
Yeah, people know how to get in shape. They just need someone to call them out on their bullshit.
That's it. And they have to be able to adapt to change.
Yeah.
Which is like at the moment, really.
Well, that's been the biggest challenge for me. That my favorite training is hot yoga, believe it or not. Hot yoga.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Yeah, hot yoga, jiu-jitsu, and boxing. Those are the only type of training that I would normally do. I haven't been able to do any of those, really. Done a bit of yoga. I went for a run. I hadn't ran for 2 years, and I ran, and I quite enjoyed it. But then fucking 3 days later, I've done 3 5-kilometer runs after 2 years of no running. My knee was fucking lit up. So, but I've adapted. I've had to do training that I don't like doing. Yeah, because the thing is, I've had to do training that I don't like doing. But I've done it because I've been able to link it to when I do go back to jiu-jitsu, I'm not going to be the guy that fucking gasped because I didn't do anything when Corona was going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. That's it. You got to keep it up. I did jiu-jitsu for a little while. Do you find that in situations like this, or in situations where you've got to change, most people say it's about evolution, not revolution. But this time, I think when we come back out of this lockdown and this whole situation, nothing's going to be the same. I think everyone expects it to go, oh, we're all back to normal. It's not. Remote working and the way things do, we've proved that it can be done now. Yeah. I think it will be a revolution more than evolution.
Yeah, me too, mate. I think that there are people that have just waited the whole time. Wait. Hope. Pray. Listen, hope isn't a fucking strategy.
No.
I've said this all the way through. You can't hope it goes back to normal because what are you going to do if it doesn't?
You're stuck.
It doesn't. So you may as well fucking get a handle on this shit now. So yeah, I totally agree with you, mate. I think there is gonna be a revolution. I've actually talked about fitness, guys. I think that someone was like, "Oh, gym's dead because people are gonna get into Zoom workouts." I'm like, no. Here's what I think's happening. I will never miss a jiu-jitsu class again. By the way, because I miss it so much. I've realized how much I love it. The people that go to the gym will go to the gym more because they realize that they took it for granted before. What I think will happen now is that more people are exercising than ever. So a lot of these people that weren't exercising are now exercising. Gyms have got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
But here's what's interesting. My wife has told me about this. She said, people are exercising more than ever in the Northeast right now. The average person's put on 6 kilos in the lockdown. That's a good job I'm on fucking average then, isn't it? but you know what I mean? Isn't that insane? People are exercising more than ever. And where I live, I'm right on the beach. So there's so many people that are exercising, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's going to be a revolution there. And like, you know the team, people who don't evolve are going to get left behind. They're going to get left behind. Some of them already have. They just don't realize it yet.
Yeah. Digital products as well as really excel. But you can't go on Facebook now without a course for this or something like that. It's everywhere. But it is the future. I think if you're an analog watch in a digital age and you're not going to do it, you're going to lose time, you're going to lose money. Yeah. That's it.
I think this is why I was talking about this yesterday, I think, that I think what I have is a hybrid model. So I would hate my business if it was all online all the time. I need to be around people. I want to be around people. I love being on that stage. So we have an option where, again, but I don't want to be doing just offline stuff. So the mixture has been amazing, really. I think if you've got a combination of both, great. I did that in Marbella. I had a business that was all online. Hated it. Isolated as fuck. Never fucking saw anyone. When I did, I was just on the piss. Yeah, so having a combination of both has been amazing.
Multiple streams is obviously always the best way as well, isn't it? Obviously.
Yeah, and I think that the first thing that got cancelled as a result of this was the big event I was speaking at Wembley in March with Ed Myler, Trent Shelton, Rob Moore was speaking at it as well. And Nick, who runs that business, his business was all events. So he dropped like $250,000 on this event, but he kind of doubled his money on the back end. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He'd already paid for all of this, by the way. He had a fucking nightmare with it. Anyway, he's had to adapt his business, and now he's loving the online thing. But he's like, I'm not just going to be online anymore. So I think a hybrid model is fucking perfect.
So what's his business? Obviously, the public speaking side of things, and obviously
he runs like a mastermind mentoring kind of thing.
Right.
But he's had fucking Gary Vaynerchuk over, Grant Cardone over, all of these guys over. He had Russell Brunson, but he's had a lot of big David Goggins he's had over. So he fills rooms with people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's his business. So, but he's had to adapt to, he ran that event, the March one, online. And I said, mate, I don't think I wouldn't come and speak on those kind of events all the time. Yeah. I'd still need the offline thing. And he was the same. He said, listen, I just had to do it because I had to adapt.
It's because you can't see the crowd, can you? You can't see people.
You can't feed on the buzz. You can't.
That's it.
There's no buzz.
You can't look into the eyes of people. Comedians say that.
In the eyes, getting them to clap, getting the music on, feeling their energy, getting the selfies after, etc. Yeah.
You can feel that when you walk into a room. Like I said to Russell, we went to a Success Resources one, and we saw it was a Gary Vaynerchuk one actually. It was in Troxy in London, and I said to Russell, I said, it's not that I'm mega interested in what these guys on stage are saying. Yeah. I'm interested in how they accumulate.
Well, if it was a Success Resources one, they would have just been trying to sell you something at the end anyway, would it?
It was quite a lot of that. Yeah, every time. I did say to him, it was more a case of how they got that many people to sit in that room that are captivated. It wasn't what the message that they got. It was why are all these people here? Why is everybody so desperate for that magic pill? Yeah. And they think that these people on stage are going to be able to sell them it. Yeah. And they're going to sustain it. I see it like a diet, a fad diet. You go on the Atkins diet, you lose a shitload of weight, and you're like, look at me, I'm fucking buff as fuck. And in the next week, you start to peter off it, and you put the weight on quicker than you fucking lost it. Yeah, it's that sustainability that people just do not get.
I think people get addicted. It's kind of like they get addicted to the buzz of events. And I love that. I love that buzz of events. That's why I go to so many. Part of me misses going to them. Like, I don't particularly like online learning. I'm terrible at online learning.
Yeah.
Terrible at it. It's like, and again, here's what people have got to think who have bricks and mortar kind of stuff. I can do as many fucking jiu-jitsu instructionals as I like. I haven't even looked at one this whole fucking time because I'm watching it. I'm like, it's fucking shit.
It's not the same.
The mastermind that I'm in, I pay 20 grand a year to be part of this mastermind, right? And it's live events every other month. They did one online for 2 days the other week. So it was 16 hours online. I turned up for about 20 minutes. Right. And I said to the guy that runs it, I said, listen, mate, if it's going to stay like this, I'd love to join, but I'm not going to. I struggle to consume the content online. And it's because I spend so much of my time online, I don't want to spend more time online.
Talking to a screen.
Sometimes, you've got to think, sometimes getting out of your environment is powerful. So when I go to London to speak or to attend something, just being on the train is a complete change in environment. And I start getting new ideas. I start getting clear headspace. I can produce something on a train writing-wise that I wouldn't normally get to produce at home because I'm just in a different space. Big deal for me, that.
It's seeing different things, though, isn't it? I read one of your blog posts, actually, about you was at a railway station. You were commenting on how shit hard it was. But then you were saying that you've noticed something that opened your eyes and you started to write passages of a book.
Yeah, happens all the time.
It's inspiration. That's it. It's like you said, with your blog posting and everything else.
It's a change of environment that sometimes is as good as a complete change, a change of environment. That's one of the reasons I don't work from home. Fucking no chance of I working from home. No fucking chance. I'm like, my goal now, I'll come here, I'll work so I can go home. Yeah. Like, my productivity today and every day is powerful because I'm like, well, when I get this done, I get to go home and hang out with my kids. I get to go home and play Fortnite. I get to go home and have a sauna. I get to go home and train. I get to go home and try and get laid, for example. Yeah, so all those things, that's why my environment is critical. There's no part of me wants to work from home.
Yeah.
But you create...
I was going to say, do you know John's got 8 kids?
Yeah, I've got 8 kids, yeah.
John's got 8 kids talking to getting laid. Yeah, number 9 on the way.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is your middle name the Sperminator?
It's just, my missus, I cannot talk her out, right, of just not having kids. The thought of not having a little one in the house scares shit out of her. So, I mean, I've done quite well with business and what I do and everything. So, and it's nice. You've got a nice big house and that, but she would rather say to her, come, let's go to Cancun, babe. Let's have a couple of weeks in Cancun. No. She would rather have kids. She just loves it.
Have you heard of this thing, right? You heard of this thing called a vasectomy?
I booked it fucking twice, right? And both times, the morning I was supposed to go, I even went there, laid on the bed, had the little geezer film.
No way, did you?
No, you lay there, and I was looking at my wife, and the geezer was feeling my nuts. So I went left a bit. She went, shut up. So the morning I was supposed to go, she went, oh, please don't. She ended up getting pregnant twice in a row. So I just didn't fucking book it. But she, I love kids. She loves kids. Yeah. They got what they want. They're happy. It is what it is, isn't it?
Fucking hell, that is
big family. Come from big families. That's it.
That's amazing, bro. Yeah, I don't think I'd have another one.
No.
I mean, if my wife got pregnant, I'd be cool with it, but I don't think we'd actively try and have more kids.
Yeah. I actually use John as my top trump card. Remember playing top trumps. He's part of my coaching part of the BMFC. So when someone's on the phone saying they don't have the time, I say to them, look, if you can beat John, 8 kids, number 9 on the way, 2 jobs, I'll pay for the course myself. Nice. And they just go silent.
That's it. Business.
But I get that too. When people say they're busy to me, when I'm on a coaching call, they'll say, oh, Paul, I haven't got the time to do that. And all I'll do is I'll share my screen, look at my fucking calendar, bro. And then, you know what it's like, Russell? I'm like, dude, show me your bring up your Google Calendar. Yeah. Oh, I haven't got one. Hang on. You haven't got Google Calendar. Don't use a calendar, but you're too busy.
Yeah.
Fucking making it up, mate. You're making it up.
Too busy doing what?
Yeah, exactly. Too busy not keeping a schedule.
I've got to go. I've got to put my mask on, have a fag, be on the telly. On the sofa. People, you're active or you're busy. There's a difference between the two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Busy doing what?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. If you can't tell me where your time's gone, you'll always be time poor. It's like the poor man. I'll never be able to tell you where his money's gone. Where'd your money go? Don't know. But you'll always be poor then.
Yeah, it's true.
People think that though. If you can manage a tenner, they think I can manage 100 grand, or you manage 100 grand, I manage a million.
Yeah, amazing. Crazy.
Money's going to solve everything.
Brilliant. All right, sorry, I'm getting a message because I've got to jump on another call.
Yeah, no
That's
worries.
all right.
Sorry, guys.
Paul,
sorry.
Paul, thanks a lot for coming on.
Hey, mate, I've had a blast with you two guys. Let's do it again sometime soon.
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you.
You know what I feel like we should have done this and been drinking at the same time.
We can
Right,
do.
tell you what.
Imagine that.
Next time we'll do the beers. We'll do it.
Let's do it. I'll do it.
Give us
I had a drink last
we'll do
week.
it.
I had a drink on the 8th of May, and it's another. I only drink once every 3 months.
All right. Well, we'll do rounds then. Each one picks the drink.
Amazing. I love it. Beautiful. All right, fellas.
Cheers, Paul.
Paul, thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Much appreciated.
Listen, let me know when this is ready, and I'll get it out to my people.
Oh, thank you
Definitely,
so much.
yeah. I'll
Appreciate
fire it over to you.
Have a fucking wicked day, gents.
And
You
you
too,
see you
mate.
later on.
Adios.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.